Diablo 4 just had their Season 1 developer update, and I wanted to pick through it for you because they went over a ton of details regarding what's to come in the season and their timelines. Before I get into this, I want to make my stance clear in saying that I think this season looks good. Despite what the mob mentality thinks, Blizzard's doing a lot of good things in this season, and I really want to dig into them here for you guys so you understand why I have this stance. Blizzard has done a great job at making Diablo 4 a really amazing game, and by the looks of their first season, I think they're only going to keep that ball rolling. Diablo 4's Season of the Malignant is a story of a man named Cormund who used to be a member of the Cathedral of Light, and he has since devoted his life to fighting the Malignants, the new Season 1 mechanic. This mechanic is your standard corruption of an enemy, and the way it works is simple. If you fight a Malignant elite, it will... Must be some malignants. This mechanic is your standard corruption of an enemy, and the way it works is simple. If you fight a Malignant elite, it will spawn a heart, and you can interact with that heart using a Cage of Binding, which starts a mini-boss encounter. Now this boss is the same elite, but much more difficult, and it has mobs accompanying it. Once dead, it spawns a caged heart that will be used to upgrade your gear in a gem slot. Now, the hearts come in 4 varieties: red, yellow, blue, and then a one-size-fits-all color, and each have a pool of heart-specific aspects to apply to gear that they've said are as strong or better than the current legendary aspects. Now, there are 32 aspects altogether, and the one we got to see in the dev blog was the Vicious Heart, which causes crit strikes to create an AoE chained lightning, which is kind of bland, but only one of 32. There are also target farmable heart locations called Malignant Tunnels. You can salvage the hearts unused to create invokers, which will allow you to essentially do a dungeon and pick which color heart you're hoping to receive with boosted odds. You slot the invoker into a Malignant growth and skip right to the mini-boss encounter. I'm really sick of saying the word malignant, but let's continue. Now, all of this is cool until you hear what comes next. See, all the gear drops with a preset color as to which heart can interact with it, including uniques.
Listen, we fucked up.
Anyone level 85 and above knows that uniques are cool, but rare, and are usually not strong enough to be worth the rarity. Now imagine getting it, but it can only socket blue, and your build you've harnessed for 60 levels needs yellow. That's rough. Now, they also mentioned that jewelers cannot change or alter these types, and that even unsocketed eligible gear, when given a socket, is going to be coated with a preset color. This won't be a big deal as long as the expected hearts for the expected colors correspond with the expected gear. That sounds confusing, but what I mean by that is that if chest pieces are always red, there's no worrying about if you get a bad roll. But if chest pieces are all colors, then it's only going to add frustration with other pieces. Before we grab the pitchforks and torches about this system, I think it's actually pretty cool. Hard to say left or right what's to come with seeing the drop rates, the aspects on each of them, and whatever else will come with the endgame, but there is a ton of other things dropping with the season that I think counterbalance some of those negatives. One really cool thing coming with Season 1's start is the Renown in Lilith progression. If you haven't already, finish the campaign. Finish the map, and finish all of your altars of Lilith. Your renown will start at 280 out of 300 on the 3rd bar, basically meaning that you'll start with the additional potion slot and nearly almost done with the 2nd skill point. We're gonna start the season pretty strong, and I'm excited about that. They stated that the progression counts on all characters, like I said, so make sure when the patch drops on the 18th, you log into all your characters to collect any minor progression that they may have made and any alternate directions that your main didn't. Once this patch hits, all alts, seasonal, as well as the Eternal Realms, will have the full view of everything just like your main. And if you're like me, your main's already done everything ever in the game, and you'll be resting easy on day 1. The second thing to look at with the seasons are the seasonal journey and the battle pass. There's a ton to talk about here, but in true faith to my videos, I'll be efficient. With the season journey, you'll have an extended achievement/quest book that gives direction as to what to do in the season, and it progresses incrementally, meaning you'll not have to do 100% of everything. As a small side note, I do want to say that they did the same thing with Renown, and although it's not talked about that much, I really love the fact that it's not mandatory to 100% something to still complete it. Getting back to the season journey, we're met with 7 chapters of content to do, all rewarding a variety of things such as item drops, materials, aspects, and even battle pass skips. This is completely free, and although Blizzard sneakily bundled it into the same UI as the battle pass, you won't need to purchase anything to interact with it. Very cool. Additionally, we have the Battle Pass, and this is where things get a little turbulent. The Battle Pass functions like any other, a free pass and a paid pass. There are only two things of consideration on the Battle Pass. The first is harmless, which are all of the cosmetics, and there's a ton of them. Even the free tier ends with, they said, around 30 unlocks by the end of it. You level up the Battle Pass with favor, which you can target farm, or just passively earn in every bit of world content, dungeons, sellers, you name it. The second half, however, are the blessings. Blessings are the seasonal Battle Pass specific bonuses that you get within the Battle Pass to benefit your playthrough. The 5 blessings are XP boost, vendor gold boost, material boost, elixir duration boost, and malignant heart drop rate. Before you think this is all bad, consider a few things. The blessings are level gated and free, meaning that even if you paid for all of the pass to be unlocked, you will not be able to benefit from any of them until you hit their unique requirements, like level 40 plus, and everyone gets them. Personally, I think it's a little bit confusing. For the first 100 on the ladder races, I think it sucks that anyone who's paid up will have better experience rates and faster farming on the road to level 100. However, anything after that first initial race doesn't matter. In fact, I love that my alts will have a tailored leveling progression, and for that reason alone, I don't really mind this. Final season change that's worth a segment is the story and boss updates. They are changing the storyline to begin after the Diablo 4's main story quest. There will be new main story quest bosses, new nightmare dungeon rotations, new legendary aspects, new uniques entirely, and a bunch of new things to check out. Now, they stated its importance for each season to feel genuinely different from the main story on the Eternal Realm, so it is going to be its own story progression, completely different. From here, there are random tidbits of facts and information that are worth going over in short. So starting off, we have the new edition, which went into effect today, wherein Hell Tides will now drop uniques. Next up, they announced an item called the Scroll of Amnesia, which allows you to 100% respec your class for free, and I think that's really cool. Being able to just one-shot everything without spending any gold is going to make quality of life feel so much better, and there isn't a reason it doesn't have to be in the game. They also stated that Eternal Realms will not be getting the season after it's ended because the compound effect of scaling all the seasonal affixes are going to be completely different. They also confirmed that transmogs are going to carry over always, so they're never going to be seasonal gated, and you'll have them with you forever on any alt. Finally, they gave us a timeline estimation for everything, stating that each season will last a minimum of 12 weeks, but it can go over the time limit if necessary. I think they said that to allude to the fact that they might add in things such as expansions, so the jury's still out on that one, but pretty cool. In my opinion, 3 months is a good time. And that wraps up this dev update. To be honest, I absolutely love the way that Diablo 4's team is completely shaking up Blizzard's standard of game making. They are updating frequently, they are making sure to address all and any feedback, and they are working quickly to make changes and talking very transparently about their deadlines. I'm really happy with the state of the game, and I can't wait to try out a few builds with the hearts. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, and otherwise, thanks for watching. Until next time.